6 Oklahoma public school teachers are suing to get their jobs back after they were fired by the Oklahoma City School Board for failure to observe the district's mask mandate for school personnel. Jason Doyle joins us with more on the fallout from that decision. Jason.
This started when a group of teachers filed a lawsuit in September challenging the Oklahoma City School District's mandate.
5 of the 6 terminated teachers are involved with the legal challenge. Just days before they were terminated on November 3rd, they got news their temporary injunction would not be granted. It was after the decision by an Oklahoma County judge that the termination hearing went forward last week.
In fact, the superintendent later revised his recommendation to include a statutory reason to terminate their jobs as moral turpitude, which is generally reserved for crimes of dishonesty or fraud, things like that.
The Professional Oklahoma Educators Organization is representing the teachers who claim it's the Oklahoma City School District which is breaking the law.
Oklahoma City is an outlier in this situation. All the other large districts around here gave statements to all their constituents saying, look, we may encourage mask wearing, you can make those personal choices, but Oklahoma passed a law and we can't mandate it. Every one of them did that. The only one that didn't was Oklahoma City.
OETA reached out to Oklahoma City Public School Superintendent Sean McDaniel, but his office declined the interview due to the lawsuit, which is still pending. The 5 teachers do have the support of Governor Stitt.
They were fired because they wouldn't follow an illegal mask mandate issued by their superintendent. This is preposterous, especially in a time when talented teachers are needed more than ever.
The governor contends if Oklahoma City Public School students are allowed to opt out of the mask mandate, the teachers should be given the same opportunity.
Students in Oklahoma City have the freedom to opt out of Superintendent McDaniel's mask mandates for medical, religious, and other personal reasons. These teachers and all teachers deserve those same rights.
The current state superintendent of public instruction, Stitt's newly minted Democratic opponent in next year's governor's race and member of the OETA board, Joy Hoffmeister, released a statement saying, not long ago, the governor praised Oklahoma City Public Schools for their mask policy. Now he criticizes them for enforcing that same policy. This political flip-flop is yet another example of the chaos Stitt has created throughout this deadly pandemic. Oklahomans deserve steady and decisive leadership that promotes public health and protects our families, end quote. Being away from the classroom has been hard on former Webster Middle School teacher Grace Trick.
I'm sorry.
In her experience, when authority figures don't follow the law themselves, it's time to take a stance.
It's been difficult. So coming from Argentina, I grew up with a lot of politicians believing that they were above the law. And when the superintendent did this originally, I could not believe it. I said, no, I cannot believe this is happening.
Her husband, Nelson Trick, also misses the students at Webster Middle School.
I was supposed to be teaching, and here I am not. And it's having a lot of psychological and emotional effect even on me. And I'm still trying to be strong for my wife, my family. But it is affecting me negatively.
He feels that the teachers who took a stance against what they believe is an illegal mandate are being slighted by the district.
Whenever they said we didn't care about the students, that is not the truth at all. We loved our kids.
I hate to say this, but it's not about the mask. We weren't. It's never been about the mask.
Dr. James Taylor taught at Roosevelt Middle School and says he builds relationships with his students and their parents that go beyond the classroom when the families need help. And it's unfair to classify him and the other fired teachers as uncaring for students because they refuse to wear the mask.
That's kind of the relationship I had with my students. I bring that up because in the hearing, the district lawyer said they don't hear much about the kids, that we don't care about the kids because there wasn't a mask on. And that's just ridiculous.
All 3 of the fired teachers we spoke with want to return to the classroom.
I want to teach again. I want to be back in the classroom.
Yeah, I just want to continue being there for the kids, advocating for them, helping parents, helping the community. Absolutely.
Same thing. I mean, just to be in the classroom, to teach, to have an impact upon their lives.
It's not too late to fix this. Sean McDaniel should bring these teachers back to the classroom as soon as possible. If not, I'm calling on other superintendents across the state to do the right thing. Do what's best for your students and hire these talented teachers in your district.
Those 5 terminated teachers who were involved in the lawsuit will be amending it to include wrongful termination. A new hearing is yet to be set as of Friday afternoon.